Hi, this is Hart, and what I'm working on right now, just before lunch, it's probably a bad word to be using, is a quilt sandwich. Because now all I'm thinking about is sandwiches. But here's my quilt sandwich. This is my backing, and I have it laid where the print is facing a hard surface. Why hard surface? Because your safety pins are going to be poking it, and you don't want to be scratching something delicate or pulling carpet or anything like that. It's easier to lay it nice and flat. I didn't have you looking at my bum while I was laying everything flat one on top of the other. I also didn't have you looking at my bum while I was cutting it long ways with my scissors to trim this fabric, the bottom layer. If you are taking this to a quilting store and having them use the long arm machine to do the quilting for you, you actually need more excess. That's important. So make sure that you give 3 or 4 inches all the way around if you're going to give it to someone who's going to use the long arm. When I smooth my fabric out, I start in the middle and I go out like this. Do my best to not put heavy pressure. I just want to smooth it out. The top piece, my quilt cover, and the bottom piece, my quilt back, have both been ironed. It's all nice and smooth. My quilt top, you'll see, is almost exactly the same size as my batting. Worked out that way. I mean, look at this. Literally did not even trim it there. It's just the same. So that's why you can't see it. And then my backing is just a good thumb all the way around, bigger, except for on the bottom. So I must have not laid it out perfect because I have 2 thumbs up top, but the bottom's nice and square. I'm not going to worry about it. I've already inspected it. I know that it goes all the way around where I have batting on the edge, nice and clean. So you will see me crawling around on the floor, no laughing. I have a pile of safety pins. I'm going to start in the middle. Now remember, I know that I have 3 feet going across. So if I start in the middle, the very middle, and pin from there, and I come back, the rule of thumb is it's supposed to be a knuckle or a hand. Okay? For me, because it's 12 by 12 squares, I just put it every corner. That's the corner, and that's the corner. So that's where these 4 quilt blocks come together in the middle. That's in the middle, and that's where these 4 quilt blocks come together. You don't have to be so precise or anal on where you put them. Just try to keep them hands width apart. And it works. When you do your edge, do your best to make sure that you're not pulling it one way or the other, like I just did. So go back to smoothing it out. That's why I go down the middle first, and then I'll go down the middle here second. So let me switch to the other side. Make sure I'm nice right there, and it is. It's fine. And so when I get to the edge, I just check my batting to make sure my batting's all the way to the edge. So this right here, from here to here, is a quilt square. So I love you to the moon and back is in the middle. I have about a hand between anyway, so you can eyeball it that way. So I'm going to put you in fast forward while I finish pinning this, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm working on the last safety pin, and now you see I have column 1, column 2, and column 3. And all of my safety pins have been installed. So now I should be able to just roll this up can see myself sewing this together. I need this for when I take the safety pins off. If you don't have one of these, it's not a must-have, but it's a nice to have. This is a magnetic little, I don't even know what it's called, Zircle. Anyway, it's nice to have. You can kind of make one yourself. There's a lot of online tutorials on how you make one yourself. But again, I purchased this to support the quilting store that helped me.